especially to reading, understanding, and using our DNA. And then I realized actually I can say a few things, even as an artist. So as an actor, a writer, and as a student of history also, because I studied history for my college degree, I have really always loved stories, whether they're told in the form of books, whether they're told in the form of films, or whether you just have conversations with people and you know, as families we tell each other stories at the dinner table all the time. I've always enjoyed that. And I've realized that one of the most powerful stories that we actually carry is within us. It's in our very cells, and it's the story, of course, of our DNA, our genome, and how it shapes who we are. And genome mapping is, of course, the history of our own bodies. So our genome, I've been told, is like a library of instructions, 3 billion letters long. And it decides everything from the color of our eyes to how our bodies would respond to certain medications. But we've of course known this for some time. We're talking about it today, I think, because DNA testing today and genomics isn't just abstract science anymore. It's actually touching our lives in very real and wonderful ways. We often think the disease is something that is external, something that strikes randomly. But more often, we realize that the seeds actually lie in our genes and often something that is passed down. Science today offers tools to understand all the vulnerabilities that we might potentially inherit. It gives us a chance to intervene, to prevent. And what we're talking about today is also the wonderful aspect is to personalize care, so that loss doesn't have to keep being repeated. We all know doctors. Whenever we go to a doctor, they'll say, does anyone in your family have diabetes? Does anyone in your family have heart disease or cancer? So these are things that can be passed down. And genomics takes that same question, but it gives it a scientific precision. It shows which risks actually truly are in your genes and which are not. And if you know that you have a genetic risk, you have a genetic propensity for heart disease, what does that mean? It actually gives you a chance. It's a signal. It's a signal. So with the right diet, with the right exercise, and with monitoring and medicine, genomics actually turns uncertainty into a plan for healthier living. So now doctors can understand why some people develop diseases earlier than others. Families can learn if they are at risk for inherited conditions, and most importantly, perhaps, medicine can become personalized, as I said. So imagine a world where your treatment is designed not for someone like you or the average patient, but specifically for you based on your genes. I think it's incredible. I'm very happy especially to be here today, because today all of us are celebrating 11,000 consultations in genomics, which is a milestone, which shows that this is something that is becoming more and more accessible to many people. Illness doesn't discriminate by wealth or by class, we know that. But good healthcare, unfortunately, we are seeing often does. As a mother, this is of crucial importance to me, because of course I'm obsessed with the health of my daughter, how we can protect her future. Genetics gives me hope, but I would like that hope, because I understand it also comes with responsibility. I would like that hope to be extended to every child, because I'm sure every parent is equally concerned for their children. So these advancements come with responsibilities, with ethical questions. How do we use these advancements wisely, this information wisely? How do we protect privacy? And how do we ensure that it is not limited to the privileged few, but accessible, as I said, to all? So as we step into this new era, where we can read and even edit the story of life, I think my only word of caution would be to do it thoughtfully, to do it responsibly, and to do it with an open mind. Because ultimately, our greatest strength lies not in our genes, but in the choices that we make with the knowledge that our genes give us. Thank you.
Thank you, Soha, for your graceful words.
First and foremost, I extend our deepest gratitude to our beloved chairman, Dr. Pratap C. Reddy, for ever guiding us and being our guiding force for every endeavor which we undertake. Sincere thanks to Dr. Anupam Sehgal, Group Medical Director, Senior Consultant pediatric gastroenterology and renowned hepatologist, Apollo Hospitals, for conceptualizing, leading and guiding the genomics program across Apollo Group of Hospitals. And very special thanks to Ms. Sohali Khan for gracing this platform and lending her voice to such a meaningful cause. Thank you, Professor Dhavendra, our senior consultant and advisor, Apollo Genomics Institute, for sharing his valuable feedbacks on future of genomics. We are grateful to Dr. Shijita Patil for leading the Mumbai unit, Mumbai Genomics program, and sharing the progress what we have made till date. I also thank Mr. Arunesh Puneta, CEO, Western Region, Apollo Hospitals, and Dr. Kiran Shingote, Chief Operating Officer and Unit Head, Apollo Hospital, Navi Mumbai, for guiding and extending complete support to Apollo Navi Mumbai Genomics Institute, and for also gracing this dais today. I also take this opportunity to thank our media colleagues, partners, well-wishers for joining us and amplifying this message of hope and transformation. Finally, my heartfelt appreciation goes to every member of Apollo Genomics team, be it the medical geneticists, genetic counselors, scientists, clinicians, whose dedication has made this today's 11,000 consultation milestone possible. With your continued support, we look forward to scaling greater heights in precision medicine, genomics, and creating a healthier future for countless families. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
1,000 genomic consultations at the Apollo Genomics Institute. We now have 12 centers across the length and breadth of the country. The idea of establishing the Apollo Genomics Institute was to make sure that access to expertise in clinical genomics through clinical geneticists and counselor becomes easily available, as we know that there is a increasing recognition of the importance that genomics plays in clinical medicine in several specialties, for making a precise diagnosis, for prognosticating and predicting what will happen in the future, for use of certain medication in individuals, and of course for management in cancer, neurological conditions, pediatrics, obstetrics, cardiac diseases. So we believe that with the expansion of the network of the Apollo Genomics Institute, this service will become more and more easily available to citizens across the country. आज हम लोग यहाँ पे एकत्रित हुए 11,000 जिनोमिक कॉन्सल्टेशंस का जो एक लैंडमार्क हमने अचीव किया है, उसको सेलिब्रेट करने के लिए अब हम लोगों के 12 सेंटर्स हैं अपोलो जिनोमिक्स इंस्टीट्यूट देश भर में। और पिछले 2 सालों में हमने देखा है कि नॉलेज जो जिनोमिक्स की यूटिलिटी है कि मेडिसिन में कैसे हेल्प कर सकता है, ट्रीटमेंट में, डायग्नोसिस में, कैंसर में मेडिकेशन कौन सी देनी चाहिए इंडिविजुअल्स को, उनके जेनेटिक मेकअप के बारे में को ध्यान रखते हुए, ऑब्स्टेट्रिक्स में, बच्चों के प्रॉब्लम्स में, कार्डियक में, न्यूरो में नॉलेज बहुत बड़ी है। और हमारे जो 3 एक्सपर्ट्स हैं, क्लिनिकल जेनेटिसिस्ट और काउंसलर्स, वो इस नॉलेज को पेशेंट्स तक पहुंचाएंगे ताकि उनकी जो ट्रीटमेंट है उसको बिल्कुल साइंटिफिक तरीके से पर्सनलाइज करके हम आगे उनके सामने उसका बेनिफिट लेके जाएं। और हमारा ये प्रयत्न है कि अगले कुछ सालों में हम अपनी जिनोमिक्स इंस्टीट्यूट को और एक्सपैंड करेंगे। 5 और सेंटर हम खोलना चाहते हैं ताकि जो रीच है जिनोमिक्स की वो इंडिविजुअल्स तक आसानी से पहुँचे।
I would like to say that genetic disorders are usually considered to be very rare, But if you look at it cumulatively, they are quite common when we look at our large population. So, and many times the challenge is in identifying that the disorder is actually genetic. So patients will have gone to multiple doctors and still not had a diagnosis. These disorders are usually difficult to diagnose. They require a multidisciplinary management. So in our centers, we have usually multi-speciality hospitals where we have all kinds of specialties available, and we can manage these patients in a multidisciplinary way. Few pointers to genetic disorders are something which where multiple patients, people in the family are suffering from the same disorder, or there is multi-system involvement like heart, kidney, eyes, multiple systems are involved, or sometimes some disorder which is presenting at a much early age than expected, like say Parkinsonism occurring very early in the 20s or 30s, or something which is not getting treated by the usual method, like say pneumonia, which is treated, keeps recurring. So these are some pointers for genetic disorders. So there should be vigilance for this. We should not ignore there are implications for diagnosis, because we can monitor these patients, we can put them on surveillance, we can improve their quality of life. In fact, many genetic disorders are now having targeted definitive therapies as well, and we can help the patients in accessing these therapies with collaboration, even global collaborations as we discussed in the press meet. So यही मैं कहना चाहूँगी कि जैसे अनुवंशिक बीमारियां जो कहते हैं, कई बार इसको हम समझते हैं कि बहुत ही रेयर चीज़ है, लेकिन अगर हम क्यूमुलेटिवली देखें, सारे पॉपुलेशन में इंडिया के देखें, तो ये बीमारियां काफ़ी सारी पेशेंट्स में है। तो इसके लिए हमें कुछ पॉइंटर्स होते हैं। कई बार पेशेंट की डायग्नोसिस होने में ही कई साल लग जाते हैं। तो जैसे कोई बीमारियां है जो परिवार में कई जनों को हो रही है, या फिर ऐसी कोई चीज़ जो बहुत सारे शरीर के पार्ट्स में है, जैसे कि मान लो किडनी का भी अफेक्शन है, दिल का भी है, आँखों में है और कहीं है, तो फिर वो शायद जेनेटिक हो सकता है। या फिर कोई बीमारी जो नॉर्मल साधारण ट्रीटमेंट से ठीक नहीं हो रही है या रिपीटेडली हो रही है, वो भी जेनेटिक हो सकती है। या फिर कोई चीज़ जो उम्र से काफ़ी जल्दी प्रेजेंट कर रही है, जो नॉर्मली बुढ़ापे में लेट एज में होती है, जल्दी प्रेजेंट, ये सारी जेनेटिक चीज़ें हो सकती है। और इसको डायग्नोस करने का एडवांटेज ये है कि इसके आजकल कई सारी जेनेटिक बीमारियों के डेफिनेटिव ट्रीटमेंट भी आए हुए हैं, और कई बार ये ड्रग्स काफ़ी मुश्किल होते हैं एक्वायर करने के लिए, लेकिन हमारी टीम इसके लिए इक्विप्ड है कि हम अच्छे से कोलैबोरेशन कर सकते हैं, ग्लोबल कोलैबोरेशन कर सकते हैं, ऐसी दवाइयाँ हासिल करवा के दे सकते हैं पेशेंट्स को। और हमारे जो हॉस्पिटल्स हैं वो मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी है, ये सारी बीमारियां कई बार मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी मैनेजमेंट से होती है। हमें स्पेसिफिक कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट से, न्यूरोलॉजिस्ट से, ऑर्थोपेडिशियन से कोऑर्डिनेट करना पड़ता है, तो फिर वो एक छत के नीचे अच्छे से हो सकता है।